Don't move to Seattle until you watch this video. One of the top things that you must know about Seattle is what the weather is like. Now, yes, I've heard all the stories about, hey, in Seattle it rains only twice a year. The first 6 months and the next 6 months. We've heard all of those jokes, and it does rain here quite a bit. But I gotta tell you, we have some smoking summers. Our average temperature during the summer is about 75 to 80 degrees, and over the last 2 years, it actually reached all the way up to 114. I personally witnessed this driving to Snohomish, looking at my dashboard, and it's saying 114 degrees. And when we came into that home, no air conditioning. That's another thing we're gonna be talking about. Now, Seattleites take advantage of the sunny days when they come around. What happens is we have rain usually for 4 or 5 days on end, and the moment the sun comes out, we're outside. People are paddleboarding, hiking, visiting the mountain. Right now it's snowboarding and skiing season, so you have season passes. People are going up to Snoqualmie Pass. It's only a 40-minute drive and you get all the snow you could ever want. And then a 40-minute drive back down the mountain, you have rain or sun depending on what the weather decides for the day. There's tons of hikes here because we are in the Pacific Northwest and we've done other hiking videos before and where places to visit, but there's tons of them here. So if you can't handle having rain for 4 or 5 days on end before you can see a day of sunshine, Seattle might not be the place for you. Now, going back to the air conditioning, most homes here do not have air conditioning. Most new construction homes don't have air conditioning either. Only recently over the years, some of the builders started putting in highly efficient mini split systems where you can control the AC in your room. It's pretty much one of those old but new versions of those old AC units that you used to put out the window and hope they don't drop and kill somebody. Well, here we are in 2022, but they're installed right into the wall. They make a nice hole and they put the tube outside, and each room has those units and you can control the temperature there, and a lot of the times it does both heating and cooling. Now, another thing, of course, that you need to know is the coffee. We love our coffee here. I drink about 2 cups a day, sometimes 3. I weed myself off of 3 cups a day. I don't think my heart can handle that much caffeine. Anyways, I don't know why my accent changes from time to time. So, we love our coffee. As you know, we have the very first Starbucks right here in Pike Place Market. You can visit it any day of the week. It's open year-round, and it's a great place to visit from a historical standpoint. But also, since then, we've had a lot of specialty shops pop up. Places like Bunbuna in downtown Renton, which we talked about before, which is an Ethiopian coffee shop, right? They import all of their coffee from there. We have tons of shops like this around the greater Seattle area. Now, another fun thing is Bikini Barista started here. Here and there, you see a random pink little booth off the freeway, highway, or off of any street really, and you roll up and you think, man, it's a great day for a coffee. And then you turn around and you see a half-naked person over there. So, hey, if that's your thing, you can visit it. I accidentally rolled up. I was really craving coffee. And when I say accidentally, wife, I mean accidentally. I rolled up to one of these places. It was like a dark purple, so I thought, hey, maybe they, it's a different type of color, whatever, different type of coffee shop. Usually they're pink. Anyways, I roll up, and I'm grabbing my card and ordering, and I turn around and wha-bam! And anyways, not getting into details, but the point is, we have Bikini Baristas here everywhere, all across Western Washington. You'll see them everywhere. So if you like that type of specialty coffee, if that's your thing, well, enjoy. Now, let's talk about the Seattle freeze. Seattle is known for not having really friendly people, and to some degree, that's true. Mostly, you don't really have a lot of small talk here, unless you really know a person, then, well, you don't have small talk then either. You just have a normal conversation. You might get a casual nod here or there from somebody that you're passing by on the street, but mostly people avoid avoid eye contact, and avoid conversations. The best way to really thaw everybody out is to get engaged with the community. Seattleites love people that move over here for the purpose of staying here for a long time. Where there's animosity, and this is again not coming from me, this is just, point is, what people don't like here is when somebody moves here just for a month or two and then they leave, right? Seattleites love people who come here and stay here for the long term and really are engraved into our community. Seattleites are proud to be Seattleites. Now let's talk about something horrendous. Traffic. Did you know that according to the GPS manufacturer TomTom, the average person in Seattle spends 52 hours a year in traffic? We're the 8th worst city in the whole country for traffic. That's how much traffic we have. Now, we are expanding our roads. 405 right now is actually getting widened. They're adding another 1 to 2 lanes. We have the light rail going in, and there are other forms of transportation, but mostly people use cars, therefore the infrastructure has to be expanded. Now, King County actually does a better job with infrastructure, unlike Pierce County, where in Tacoma, there was an ongoing joke for 20 years that the construction never stops there because it was going on there for, I think, 20 or 22 years. They finally finished it this year or last year, and what do you know? A month or two later, we still see some new cones popping up along the side. We'll see what they're doing soon. But King County is way better about handling this. We recently had a bridge go up in about 6 months, I think, one of the main bridges over here off of 167. And the last point that I want you to know, and this is where it gets really real. Now, let's talk about homelessness. Seattle does have some homelessness, just like any other big city. However, don't be alarmed if you're driving down 405 and underneath some bridges you see a few tents set up. Yeah, that's not people camping, that's homeless people. And the city is trying to improve that situation. We'll see how successful they are with it over the next few years. Over the last few years, they actually bought a few buildings for housing homeless people. But, you know, that's a topic where even me, I'm not sure what you do with that, right? What's the right way of handling that? But all I want you to know is to expect that if you are looking to move here. It's a normal thing. If you'd like to see less homelessness, go ahead and move out to the outskirts, move into the suburbs. Even places like Bellevue, you'll find very few, maybe 2 or 3 homeless people that you'll see on any given day, if that, right? And anywhere along the east side. Most of the homeless activity will be concentrated around Seattle. I live in Renton, and I know the 2 homeless people that have stood there for years, John and I think Mary is her name. Anyways, these are the things that you guys need to know before moving to Seattle. Do not move here if you can't handle these things, right? So, and if you are looking to move here, my name is Andrey. I'm a licensed broker here in the state of Washington, covering you for all of your real estate needs. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on every video that I'm putting out. And the next video, next week, we are talking about Auburn, a suburb of Seattle. See you in the next one.